I know I still have a message to share with people because people are scared and they're confused and they're reaching for what I call our true humanity. Within us is the real knowing of who we as human beings are, and we're trying to be that. And so if we can find ways in which we can understand this for ourselves, pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to what is it that makes you feel good. We need a community. My spirit needs to bear witness with thy spirit. As we help others, we help ourselves. It's that life flow that is so essential.
What would you say healing is?
All healing comes from inside ourselves. We have the physician on the outside and the physician on the inside. All healing comes from within us, and all healing is based on love. That's the center of holistic healing.
Love is the center?
Yes.
I've heard that you have a mantra, and I'm curious about this, that never give up. How have you used that mantra in your life?
Well, it started with my dad, and I remember being probably 9 years old, and I was doing something, and I said, "Oh, I give up." And he looks at me and he says, "Are you a quitter?" And I thought, oh man, that's like being a liar. No, I'm not a quitter. And if I, look back, there's Satan's. It's so important for us to understand what we teach our children. And these are things that were really brought to me so that I could understand the kind of life that I was going to actually live. And so, yeah, I had to make do. I had to let go. I had to, my mother taught me how to not take things in and say that was horrible. I hurt my feelings and I could just let it go. And 15, 20 years ago, I came up with for myself, a kind of a structure for philosophy that I was building and all. I've come up with what I call 5 L's. The first one is life and love. Without life, there's nothing, You can be a seed in the Great Pyramid for 5,000 years and nothing happens until love, which is light and water and so on, softens the shell and the light and the seed opens up and it grows. Life and love are one unit. They work together. It's like a pregnancy. When a mother is pregnant, she and that baby are one unit. What she eats, the baby eats. What she thinks, the baby thinks. It's a constant process. But that aspect of reality that is that baby that is being nurtured and grown within the womb doesn't really find its own identity until it takes its first breath. And then it becomes who it is. It takes the reason why it's coming into this earth. So it's this reality that life and love are one unit, and that as we work with each other that way, we can really understand aspects of ourselves, but aspects of the world around us and aspects of other people too. The first L was life and love, and those two came together, and I understood those. But the third one was laughter. Laughter without love is cruel. It's mean. It takes families apart. It has caused wars, Laughter can be cruel, but laughter with love is joy and happiness. And the fourth L is labor. Labor without love is drudgery. It's you just gotta go to work. You just gotta do this. too many diapers. It's just but labor with love is bliss. It's why we singers sing, why painters paint. It's why I do what I do. It's why you do what you do. It's what makes our hearts sing. It's that inner aspect of our being that comes alive, and we'll work 5 times as hard as we were when we were dragging ourselves along with the drudgery thing. And the 5th one is listening. Listening without love is empty sound. It just doesn't make any sense. You don't understand. But listening with love is understanding. So these 5 loves, these 5 L's have been very helpful for me in structuring and understanding the philosophy and the life that I'm working with.
Because I think for most of us, that would be what we want, but we get stuck with something. What do you think we're getting stuck with when we're trying to embrace living medicine?
Because we really don't understand our own power. See, I have this kind of idea that when God created this earth, whoever God is to whoever you are, he created the earth, and it was beautiful and everything was in place and the way it should be. But then he created the human being, and he said to us, now you are the only creatures on this whole place that have the right to choose and have free will. So therefore, I give you dominion over the earth. And we, being who we were, decided that what he meant by dominion was dominance. And so we've taken over the earth and done what we darn well choose with it. And look where we are. So it's that reality that within us as human beings, I think that like E.T. who was reaching for home, I think that in the inner part of us, we're all reaching for our true humanity. And that true humanity understands that we are the ones who do the healing. When
you mentioned that at the center of holistic medicine or living medicine is love, and you describe these 5 L's, living, love, laughter, labor, and listening, and you kept relating it back to love. It really does feel like at the center of this philosophy is love.
Yes. It really is.
It feels like that's what you've shared your whole career, beautiful and radical ideas, this notion that medicine could be flipped from killing to living, that we could put love in the center of it, and we could recognize that the healing comes from the inside. I think these messages are just transcendent.
And not be afraid of love. It's the very essence of our being. And if we can accept it and share it and not try to, you can't save it. It's an energy. You don't save energy. You have to use it. If you don't use it, it dies.